Hey everybody, how's it going? Um, see, I'm gonna wait for everybody to get in. Remember, if you want me to shout you out and say hello, because I want to say hi to everybody, right? But you need to say hello in the chat and then say hello in the chat so that you will be on my participants list. Oh yeah, I got to write that down. I've been writing topics down because I just thought of a whole bunch of things to say and then talk about, and then usually forget when I get on here. So I'm writing these down. Um, well, you know what's funny? I'll tell you about it in a minute. Let's stir my tea. I've got like I said 12:45. I've got to replace the batteries in this clock because I keep looking up and I almost said 2:45, but the batteries are dead in my clock. Good God, that ink on that pen. Okay. I've been really trying, baby. Trying to hold back for so long. And if you feel like I feel, sugar, come on. Now let's fix this. What time is it? Let's get it on. Hang on, folks. I got to check the clock here. 12:42. No, Geesey. Just let mommy put the clock back. I hope it's working. Move, Gracie. And then mommy will give you a snuggle. Oh, shoot. Oh, crud. Well, I'll have to fix that later. Ah. Ah. There. At least I got my clock working again. What's the matter, Gracie? See, I told her to go away, and she went away. Oh, here she comes. I'm giving everybody a chance to come in because I started early. Yeah, don't look at my bat wings. Oh, my baby. Did Daddy come in this morning and take you out into the coach and the air conditioning? Yes. You've been working so hard this weekend, supervising Daddy fixing the deck. You know? My goodness. Yes, mama, baby. And then he took his pancakes and bacon out into the coach and left you behind so you couldn't mooch. What a bugger. What a mean man. Okay, give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Now go. Go lay down in front of the fan. Yes, my screen, my door curtain is open because there's no air circulation. This room is off the deck. So there's a roof there and there's a one window, but I got no cross ventilation, especially when that curtain is open or closed. So every once in a while, I have to open it and put a fan in the hallway to let air go through. Oh my goodness. Happy Sunday, everybody. I got so many things to talk about. Oh, friga dig. Ink. Ink. Oh my God. That's a horrible pen. I just got out of the shower. Oh, come on. I'll be right back. I'm going to think it's on my glasses. Good God, it's just spreading everywhere. I'll be right back. Oh, that's horrible. It's like a fountain pen. I don't even want to touch it. It's like a fountain pen, but it's covered in ink. Into the garbage that goes. Hi, everybody. We're at 57 people. Let me just have a sip of my tea, and then I'll say hi to everybody. Remember to make sure. Joe, we haven't seen you in so long. Okay, hang on a second. Oh, here we go. Okay, let's pop out the participants list and shut my notifications down on my phone. People get pissed whenever they, try and get a hold of me and they can't get a hold of me. It's because my phone would be constantly interrupting me. So, excuse me. All right. Let's pop out the participants list. Brit Wannabe, it's been a bit. Hi, Seashell, aloha, my darling. Chanel, 23. Chanel number 23. Dana Barker, Donna, Garnett Morgan, Jane Gressel, Joe Serrano. It's good to see you, darling. Candy, limited access. Linda Bop, hello, my sweet. Linda Saya, is pronounced Saya? Michelle Jones, Nova, Robin Rose, Share to family, Sherry baby, it's good to see you. Tara J, Tina Elliott, Troy Sutton, and Willow's Garden. How's everybody doing today? Oops. Let's just make this chat a little bit bigger. Let's pop it out. Oh, no, I don't want it that big. I just want it that big. So how's everybody doing today? We've had a really busy weekend. Well, I have been busy. I've been working busy, and Howie's been physically working busy. Oh my God. Hang on. I could pull a few hairs out. I don't want them to get stuck up there. You know what I mean? So yeah, I did not know my hair was that long. Let's talk about that for a second. I didn't even put that. Oh, wait a minute. That's the grocery list. That's up first on the list. I slept in today. Yay. I slept in, and I had promised Howie pancakes and bacon for breakfast. So I phoned him at 9 and said, do you mind if you have it for lunch? He said, no problem. So I got up and, got the bacon cooking, and I went to have a shower, and I let my hair down, and I never look at it. Like when you guys see me brushing my hair while I'm on camera, I'm not actually looking at the hair. I'm just actually looking at my head and how I can make everything neat. So when I let my hair down and I looked in the mirror, I went, holy crap, my hair's gotten really long. So much so. And you guys are not this is how easily it is to surprise me on this. Howie came in after my shower. Like I had a shower while the bacon was cooking, and then I put my hair up in its usual knot because I don't brush it when it's wet. Hi, Charles. Hey, Susan. And I put it back up in the knot, and I showed him the picture. And he said, when was that? I said, before my shower. And he goes, today. I said, yeah. And he said, wow, is your hair ever long? You never wear it down. And I said, well, I'll wear it down more in the colder weather. But even in cold weather, he keeps it so hot in this house that I sweat with my hair on the back of my neck. So it was kind of wild, you know. And part of me wanted to just go like this, but you know, it looks good. That wasn't even brushed. I was just taken down out of a messy knot, you know. So, well, thank you, Tara. Thank you. I'm sure the bitch factory will take the picture, blow it up, and show all the hairs on my chin because I forgot to shave before I took the picture. Because I shave after my shower, not before. Yes, I shave. God, it's funny, you know. At Christmas time, I always get a new can of Skintimate shaving cream and razors. And so Howie and Briar were shopping, and Briar goes, "Mom doesn't shave her legs or her armpits." I don't have anything to shave. And Howie goes, yeah. And he goes, well, what does she shave? And he looked at his dad and he went, oh, right. Because they're both got beards when they're looking at each other. Oh, yeah, Mama. Yeah, I'd grow a beard. I would probably grow a beard if I stopped. Oh, that's just the bitch factory. They're fine. I don't. My hair is my antenna. It really is. And Briar's hair, the last time he was here, I cut this much off of his hair, and I didn't want to, but he wears it like me in a kind of he wears it in like a messy ponytail when it gets hot, right? But he's got gorgeous hair. And the last time he was here, I took a picture of it. He had a shower and he come out and he said, Mommy, can you brush my hair? Right? Because it was down to his waist. And he can't always reach it. And I said, sure. So he sat down on a stool and I brushed out his hair. And you always start from the bottom and work the tangles out as you go. Because if you start at the top and go down, you're pushing tangles down and then you're breaking and hurting your hair. So always start brushing from the bottom up. So I was brushing his hair and I noticed that this much of it was split ends. And it wasn't just split ends. It was like his hair was thick and then all of a sudden there was just spindly hair this much. I said, son, you got to let me trim this. He said, no, I don't want my hair. Right? And so I said, just a minute. And I took a picture of his hair brushed out. And then I took a picture of it with my hand behind it where you could see my hand through 8 inches of his hair because it was just spindly stuff. He said, oh, yeah, you might want to trim that. So I trimmed it all off. And then I took a picture. I said, now, doesn't that look healthier? And he said, you know what this means, eh? I said, yeah. He said, it's going to grow all that faster. I said, yes, it is. But I mean, I'm down 90 pounds since surgery on April 24th, down to 270 at last. I weighed myself a few days ago. That's awesome, darling. Hey, Jaman. Kelly T. Sybil B. Traces of life. Yes, that's awesome. Is this weight loss surgery? I'm actually, like, my doctor's been wanting me to, it's so hot, wanting me to go on diabetes meds preventatively. And I said no, because I know for a fact that 6.7 to 7 used to be the perfect blood level. Now 6.7 is considered high. They want you to be at 5. I get to 4.5 and I get all wobbly and almost pass out. My natural blood sugar sits at about 6.7. And that's fine. They want to put, so I said no. But I'm thinking, I've been reading about this Ozempic stuff. And it's actually for diabetes, but it's turning into a weight loss drug. Now I've watched a whole bunch of people talk frankly about it, that they've used it, and that it actually can correct, like help you lose weight, help balance your blood sugars, and then you can go off it. So I'm going to talk to my doctor about that. Not that I want to go on any more friggin' pills, because I'm almost off off almost everything but my mood meds and my lorazepam. I'm almost off my lorazepam, my mood meds, and my muscle relaxers. I'm down. I've gone from 60 pills of lorazepam 5 years ago. No, 7 years ago, to 35 to 20. I'm down to 25. You can't take it because I have hypoglycemia, the opposite of diabetes. I really don't need to have my sugar drop. Well, see, I don't necessarily, I'm reactive hypoglycemic, which means if I eat, say, a chocolate bar, right? Now it's worse in the States because everything that's sweet in the States has high fructose. A lot of stuff that has, a lot of the sweet stuff in the United States has high fructose corn syrup. And that stuff just hits my pancreas like a flood of molasses, right? My husband's on Ozempic. Don't do it. It paralyzes your stomach and causes all kinds of other issues. Really? Huh. Hey, Tony G, Leanne Bishop, how's it going? So I'm going to talk to my doctor about it. Oh, yeah, it's so horrible for your bodies. High fructose corn syrup, so horrible. Sorry, folks, but I'm sweating. And no, this isn't what I blew my nose with. But guys are going to get a video tomorrow. I did a walkabout in the garden. I'm not doing any weeding right now. But I'll tell you something. I got tons of blooms on my zucchini and on my pickling cucumbers. Okay, that's another thing. Okay, so we talked about hair. I got to get a different pen here. We talked about the hair. The hydro garden. The only thing that seems to be growing is the basil. Now that's probably because of the quality of my seeds. So if nothing else grows, I'm just going to fill the rest with dill because I need it. It's also very expensive, limited access. Well, they had Howie on it. Howie was calling it opazemic, and maybe that's what it's called in Canada. And it didn't do any good for him. So I have a little zucchini this big and a little cucumber that big. I'm so excited. I'm going to have to buy dill if this keeps up. Howie will be excited for the zucchini. I don't care about what I know about Howie. I mean, he eats it and doesn't even know he's eating it, right? When I have canned it, like when I grate it and I can it, right? Like I raw pack it and I don't add any water and I pressure can it. That is the best thing to put into soups, stews, sauces, casseroles. You never see it. It thickens everything. And somebody talked to me about zucchini flour, that you can use it. So I'm going to see how good I get on growing zucchinis this year. Hardly no pollinators, so they're going bad before maturity. Oh no, I got tons. And I trimmed the top off. Well, I broke off the top of my bean canes because now they're going past the canes and they're tangling. And I looked it up, and you should prune those. Otherwise, the vines just keep growing. And that's where the energy goes. So if you keep them, I keep the tops pruned, they're going to start putting out blossoms. Was working on the gardens this AM. I am so much pain. I cannot stop to make pesto. I cannot stop. I got to make pesto. Canning jars and lids are very expensive this year. Well, I got tons. Well, at least of jars. So, why would you need an electric toothbrush? All you have to do is, just put your hands underneath the plants and gently shake them like this, and they'll pollinate. Yeah, mine are starting to get blossoms now. But it's been a weird growing year. My tomatoes, I could be my tomatoes is big. My tomato plants looked really spindly, like they weren't getting enough sunlight. And I don't mean enough direct sunlight. I mean, it's like the sun is farther away or something. And they're growing leggy, reaching. You know how if you grow them in the house and your lights are too far away, they get long and spindly? So, have you tried quesadillas with squash flowers? I have better use for my squash flowers. I want them to grow zucchini. So I go flower to flower and it pollinates each separate plant. It just makes me check up on my plants. Oh, well, there you go. Cukes and peppers going to be good this year. Well, my onions are loaded with weeds. My garlic and onions and leeks are loaded with weeds. So I have to admit that if I get anything out of them, I'm going to be fine, right? But I'm crossing my fingers. My 3 extra bean beds are just starting to come up. So I have a feeling I'm going to have an exorbitant amount of canned green beans this year. I'm hoping against hope that is true because I really, really want them. So my hydro garden is growing basil. I'm going to give it a few more days. And if it doesn't do any better, I'm just going to start throwing seeds in it, like just randomly, and see what the hell comes up, right? But it is because that some of these seeds are really old, right? So the basil's kind of a weed. It grows really well. Well, male flowers are harvested after they serve their purpose with the female flowers. Right, Joe. You're absolutely right. You were right all along. You're absolutely right. And I was wrong. My onions are small, already falling over. They say to top them before they get too tall, and I didn't. You mean top the green, like cut the green off? I didn't know you should do that. Well, I'm going to be weeding this week. I am going to weed this week. My garden is atrocious, but you're getting a garden tour. And you're also getting what Howie's done with the deck. Howie, you know how he fixed my stairs and everything? Remember I showed you where he was going to fix the boards and put a railing up? He's done that. He's almost done. And God, he's just an energizer bunny. And so he's going to finish that today. And that's part of the video as well. I didn't know that. So I should go out and cut down my onion plants. I forgot to mention in your hydro vid to soak those sponges for an hour or so before you seed. It helps with germination. Well, the basil's coming up and something else is coming up. I just have to look at my video to remember where I planted stuff. But the red Russian kale, definitely gone. I'll have to look in there and see what else I have. Leave them about 7 inches tall. Huh. Maybe I'll do that with the garlic too. Just cut everything down. I don't think I'll do it with the leeks. Should I do it with the leeks? I don't know. I don't even know if I have any peppers. I have a pepper plant or two out there among the weeds and the leeks and the onions. But yeah, I should have you're right. I should have soaked the sponges. Okay. That is okay. Now I have a problem. I've done something to my telephone. I want to talk to you guys about how we get used to stuff. Okay. I have arthritis, primarily in my hands. It's primarily in my thumbs and going down into my wrist. So I don't type on my phone very well. I rely on that little microphone so that I can text to type or voice to text. I should look that up actually. Well, my microphone's gone. I've reset my phone to factory settings. I went through everything. And I got this little 3-star thing that's like not AI, but it's like AI, but they call it assistant intelligence or something. But there's no phone. There's no microphone. So I can't type or I can't voice to text. And I've done everything. Now listen to this. I have felt naked without that little microphone. Hey, Michelle Maria, how are you? Hi, Lisa Allen. You're not sure about garlic and leeks? Well, it can't hurt to try, right? I mean, the state they're in, I'll be lucky to get a crop. So in the plus 40s this following week in New Brunswick. Oh my God, just me. That's going to be hot. So well, I'm glad my pool's up. I'll just tell you that. Oh yeah, and you're getting me going into the pool. I'm sorry for the sight of my big round butt as I go into the pool, but Howie filmed me going into the pool. But I can't find the microphone, the little microphone icon, whenever I'm not on my Facebook Messenger, not on my Messenger, not on nothing. I can't find my voice type. So I'm going to have to work on that. Now, listen, I have a warning for all the folks who buy a bird feeder camera. I told you what happened the other night, right? I went outside. It's like, oh, it's really hot. I'm finally going to have a swim before bed because that's my big thing. I love, getting everything done, loading the dishwasher, and I'm all sweaty and hot, and I rip off my clothes and I wrap myself up in my big purple bath sheet. Gracie and I go outside. She always barks when I go in the water. It drives me crazy because it startles me just as I'm going in. You'd never want her to be at a diving competition because the guy would lose his position as he's going down, right? Hey, what are you doing going in there voluntarily? That's Gracie, right? So I go out and it's dark. Well, I look around, right? No, nothing's going on. So I drop my towel and I step towards the stairs and a light hits me. And I go paralyzed for a second. It's the night vision on the bird camera. Now I had to hustle in and look at my phone to make sure it didn't catch me. And it didn't, thank God. But it scared the crap out of me. So there's also, I don't fill my bird feeders anymore in the summer because they just get full of water. They get water and the seeds sprout and all that stuff. So I shut the light off on the camera, right? So it doesn't like go, hey, when you're skinny dipping in the middle of the night. So get this. Friday night on Freaky Friday, we're in here. It's still light out, but we're in here and I've got fans everywhere and I'm just pouring sweat. And Howie's outside on the deck. And I said, it's so hot. I said, I just can't wait for my bedtime swim. And Howie says, I'm going for a swim right now. And I look out the window here and he's standing on the deck with the towel to me. And he does this little dance, rubbing his bum up against the towels. And I said, oh, you tease. That was the end of it, right? Everybody on Freaky Friday thought that was funny as hell. Until I checked my phone the next day. Guess what? Hello, I got Howie doing this, but the front view from the camera. No, I didn't send out any friend requests. I don't send out friend requests. I don't accept friend requests. Facebook, I only use for Messenger and posting silly things. And I post everything on Facebook, but I am under no delusion that my feed sees My feed, the 500 or so friends I have on Facebook, I'm only going to say 10% of them see everything I post because I'm shadow banned. They don't bother putting me in jail anymore. They don't bother giving me warnings. They just say, just don't post everything. Just bottleneck her feed down to 10%. That'll look after that. Right? So anyway, I sent it to Howie. And I said, did you check your little thing this morning? He said, well, I got a little video. And I said, come here, honey. And I showed it to him and he went, he said, holy crap. I said, we got to turn that camera around, baby. We got to turn that bird feeder around. So before the summer is over, I'm going to get him to rearrange the bird feeder camera and my other bird feeder so that they're pointing at the front door. Was just a warning. Facebook is showing me pictures I have never posted that are on my phone. They're taking pictures from your phone and posting them without you. So if you YouTube it, you can find a vid tell you how to fix your microphone. Okay. Like I can, and what bugs me the most is there's a little microphone and you push on it and it records you talking. So you send a voice file. I don't want my voice on file. I got enough of my voice on YouTube. Yeah. So I do Gab. I post everything on Facebook that I post on Gab. You'd see a lot more on Gab. I just don't trust. I think there's just this is why we were talking about AI. We're talking about AI not really being AI. It's not artificial intelligence. It's not. They're just calling it AI, right? They're calling it AI because it's the new buzz. It's the new buzz phrase to get us comfortable with the idea of actual AI. All AI is right now, when they say, oh, okay, let's build your website with AI, or let's write a book with AI. All the AI is that they're telling you is a massive search engine with massive amounts of speed. So when you put in your parameters of what you want to do, it searches the entire internet and then gives you, it says, do you like this or would you rather have it this way? Would you rather have it this way? Would you rather? It's just incredible power and speed on the internet level. That's all AI is. Don't get comfortable with it. I use it all the time to, modify pictures and la, 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 la. Don't do it. Don't do it. Have fun with Facebook filters if you want, but don't buy into it, because what happens is when you get used to hearing AI and they actually unleash AI, it's going to hit you like a ton of bricks, and then it's all over but the crying. It's not going to work. Not that it's not going to work. There's no going back is what I mean. I hate every single web page you go on, it's all except cookies, giving your personal information. No, you can say no. And if you can't say no, don't use that website. It's that simple. Remember privacy policies? They got us so used to just clicking OK. Nobody reads the privacy policies. You should read the friggin' privacy policies. I have no privacy. Okay? I am all over the internet. And I've had people say, my nose is itchy. I've had people say, why don't you get a GoPro and just take us around the house with you? I'm not doing that. You know what? Most of my life is already on the internet. I don't need any more of it. Hey, Sherry, the doctors don't tell you. I watched a video on it. Please don't go on it. Lord, I don't want anything to happen to you. I don't want to scare you. Do your research on it. There's a lot of side effects. Okay, well then, you know what? Thank you. I'm not going to ask. I'm not going to ask for it. Why? Because I'm trying to get off medication. We are slaves We don't realize that we are slaves. Okay? We are slaves because you have to register your baby at birth, essentially giving your baby to the government. You have to have a license to drive a car. Do you know you don't have to have a license to drive a car because it's within our rights for freedom of travel? Hell, passports should be illegal. All of these things they do to keep us, especially this, even when your GPS is turned off on your phone because of social media, because of shopping, because of bank transactions, because we do so much with our phones, they can find us anywhere. Anywhere. And if you don't think they can listen in, even when you take the SIM card out, trust me, they can. This thing operates on Wi-Fi. I do nothing on my cell except calling, texting, no internet. Well, that's my fault. I do everything. Don't have license for driving. There will be a lot less people that way. I've been driving since I was 12. I've been driving since I was 12. Stick. Right? No cops ever thought to stop me. We'd go to a dance or something. And I'd be 15, so I wasn't drinking. But at the end of the dance, my sister, sometimes my brother-in-law and brothers and that would go with me. Sometimes it was my sister and my friends. But a lot of times it was my brother-in-law because he had the car to drive us to the dance. So I'd say, can I drive? He'd say, sure. 15 years old. Drive the back row, go through town. Cops wave at me because I'm in the driver's seat and my brother-in-law is in the passenger seat. They assume I had my driver's license. They assumed either I had my driver's license or my learner's permit. I drove all over the place. Hell, my dad was coming home from the hospital once for having a heart attack. And my brother-in-law had gone back to the city because my sister and the kids were staying there for the summer. And there was like 5 bags of garbage. And we knew as soon as Dad saw that, he would load the truck and go to the dump. So I said to Wendy, give me Dad's keys. She said, can you drive stick? I said, Wendy, I'm 17. I live in Apsley. Of course I can drive stick. So we loaded the garbage in the truck. And I drove to the dump. 3 on the tree, drove to the dump. And my friend Napier was there. Well, my neighbor Napier, Crossway. He was an okay guy, but he had issues. Anyway, I didn't want to back the truck up close to the edge of the tip off for the dump because I was afraid I might slip on the clutch or something. He said, I'll do it. So he backed my dad's truck up. They helped me unload it, put it on, and I drove home. And when Dad got home and was all settled in and everything, he said, how's things going? She said, I got to tell you, Marty forgot to take the garbage to the dump. And he said, I didn't see any garbage. She said, yeah, Bev took your truck, took the garbage to the dump. He said, okay. Right? So, I mean, do you know how old I was when I got my driver's license? Take a wild guess. Hey, Kathy! Donna, never trust the medical cartel. Exactly. You're right. But see, even I am vulnerable to the media. And I don't watch real TV. Well, I do. That's not true. I watch Power and Politics these days because I no longer have Trudeau triggered Tourette's. And there's a reason I no longer have Trudeau triggered Tourette's because he's going down. He's not. The Calgary Stampedes this weekend. And as the prime minister, he's supposed to be there to bake pancakes. That's one of the prime minister's job is to show up at the Calgary Stampede and serve breakfast. And him and Jagmeet Singh decided it was too much going on this year. So instead, they went to Toronto for a some kind of big cultural event in Toronto that's going on. But who showed up to cook pancakes for the hordes in at the Calgary Stampede? Pierre Poilievre. He's already doing the prime minister's job. Yeah, exactly, Tina. Exactly. Oh. A guy I knew in school has a license, but he drives very poorly. He runs stop signs. He almost hit me twice doing it. Really? Sadly, I backed into a silo today. I didn't see it. How the hell I miss seeing it? I'm getting old. Howie has to fix my taillight. There's a video. I've replaced my own taillight, right? But he's taken the dents and dings out, and he's got the, I don't know. There's three things he needs. He's got everything he needs to fix it, the scratches and the dents. He's pulled some of the little dents out. And now he's got, primer, paint, and clear. And one of them he's missing that he's still got to get. But then he's going to do my truck before winter. So my truck's getting not a whole new paint job, just, where it needs to be. You mean slop pancakes? I don't understand what you mean, Phoebe. Took a guy see, I remember once when my dad was washing a little glass. It's a little bigger than shot glass. They were juice glasses, and it broke. My dad had hands like Howie. Okay. Like Howie's hands would be, or, Howie's hands are much bigger than my dad's. And he's like claws, I said, honey, it's arthritis. Some days I can't move my hands. I said, you've been using them for hammers in the auto body industry since you were 14, 15. You're 57 years old. How long do you think your body's they've got to last you, honey, the rest of your life. I don't know what you mean by slop pancakes. No, none of my tomatoes have been harvested yet. I've only got little green ones this big. Mine won't be ready to harvest for another month. So, Trudeau not coming to Stampede. George Chahal, MP Alberta, calling for his resignation. Everybody's calling for his resignation. He's a narcissist. He honestly believes that he is the best possible leader for Canada. He honestly believes that. And no amount of talent showing him the truth. Look at the by-election in St. Paul and Toronto. I think it's St. Paul and Toronto. The huge riding that always guaranteed Liberal seats for 30 years. 42. They had the by-election, and the Conservatives won by a 42% margin. And he still didn't get the message. I'm just getting some here in South Dakota because it's been so cold and rainy here all spring and summer. I still have peas and beans growing. My beans are just starting. Everything's just starting. Yeah, Fidel. Anyway, whether it's true or not, he has been he's got a mental illness as far as I'm concerned. And if we don't get him to step down, and if he steps down, who steps in his place? Christian Freeland, the tweaker. Mr. Speaker, Well, this is hey, it's got to be Cardine. Oh, when he was trying to flip pancakes. Yeah, well, you got to know. I made pancakes for Howie for lunch today, and he took them out the coach to eat them in the air conditioning because I told him I got a lot of work to do today. Really? Well, thing is what this is where what it comes to. Our choices have been removed. We absolutely have to vote for another party and hope that the problem gets fixed. And the amount of damage that Trudeau has done in 9 years, okay, in 9 years, with the support of the NDP, because he only had 32% or so of the vote, but because the NDP supported him, supported the Liberal Party in Parliament, things got done that we didn't want done. Nobody wants Justin Trudeau in power. Nobody wants Christian Freeland in power. And they're hoping that if they can convince him to step down and have a leadership party run, that they might avoid absolute annihilation in the election next year. Our idiot said he was the first black woman vice president. I mean, really? Well, that's the thing. Does anybody not know what narcissist mean? Okay, I'm going to look this up and then we're going to move on because, you know, politics is what it is. Okay. Okay, here we go. I'm going to put this in the chat for you all to see. Oh, I got too many on here. Let's see if that works. It's supposed to, okay. Narcissistic personality disorder is a mental health condition in which people have an unreasonably high sense of their own importance. They need and seek too much attention and want people to admire them. Oh yeah, Tony G. I'm not going to tell you that everybody knows of the narcissist that's been in my life for a very long time. Just took me 20 some years to figure it out, but we're not going to go there. Yeah, let's move on. So we've done my phone microphone thing. We did the bird cam. Let's talk about my tongue. I made pickled eggs yesterday. Okay. I'm just catching y'all up. And then I got to get off here and I got to edit tomorrow's video when Howie finishes the deck. And I finished my Babapalooza slideshow and then only to, you know, put it up on the bigger screen and find out half the pictures were pixelated. So I've got to fix that today as well. But I made pickled eggs yesterday. And I boiled them, and then I put them in the sink. You know how I do it. I poured off the hot water, and then I cold water, and I started shaking them, poured off the cold water, started shaking them, and started taking shells off. And the egg only felt warm, and I popped it in my mouth. The yolk was still at the same temperature as boiling water. And I was like, and trying to get it, spit it out, the yolk dropped under my tongue. So I feel like I've got a whole bunch of gravel under my tongue. I got little blisters under my tongue. So, and I, you know, all under from the tip all the way back. And that friggin' hurts. Pickled dodo eggs. I don't get it. No, they weren't liquid though. It was the yolks were dry, which means as soon as they break up, you have to moisten them to get them out. So they were under my tongue longer than, you know, just spitting out the white part, right? I know. It's not, I burn myself all the time. I grabbed the frying pan this morning. Just as I just went, whoa, yeah, right, that's hot. 2 wings of the same bird waiting for Xers to charge because we just don't care about your feelings. Yeah. Well, see, I'm Generation Jones. And Generation Jones, let me just look this up again. One of the shortest generations. Hang on a sec. Oh, that's Wikipedia. Wikipedia is full of shit. Is Generation Jones? Okay, here. Here we go. I'm like in between boomers and Xers. Shoot. Who identified the cohort as those born from 1954. No, that's baby boomers. Okay. Baby boomers ended in 1964. Gen X started in 1965. I was born in 1964. Yeah, we are Generation Jones, AJ. I'm a Gen Jones too, with a boomer morality and work ethic. Exactly. Right? But we don't have a lot of what, like all of my siblings were boomers. All of my siblings are boomers. I'm the last one, right? I identify as non-generational. I'm just me. Well, good for you. My son, Briar, hates it when I say, I don't even know. I don't even know. What comes after millennials? What comes after millennials? Does anybody know? I got my grocery list. So yeah, I burnt my tongue and I have to redo my entire, well, I don't have to redo the entire thing. I just wished I had saved it. And instead of just deleting the work in process after it was done. I got to go. I'll catch the rest on replay. Everybody have a wonderful day. Stay cool out there. You too, Sheila. Gen Z, then what's Generation Alpha? And where does Gen Z start? Let me see. Where does Gen Z start? See, I have it on my Google. Between 1997 and 2012. What's before Gen Z? Millennials? Hey, maybe it works now. Wait a minute. No, that's the wrong thing too. Nope, no microphone. I'll fix it later. I'm a boomer. After that, I'm lost. I know. My kids are millennials. 1988, 1993. Wow. But so yeah, I have a lot to be responsible for. Got banana pecan bread, and oat flour oatmeal cookies. That sounds delicious, Paula. Hey, Paula. We're not aliens. We're humans. Speak for yourself. I've got alien DNA. Everybody with negative blood has alien DNA, and it's not alien. Well, it is alien in the sense that, let's not talk about it. Let's just not go there. Next Saturday, this coming Saturday is my brother's, so I better get to work on that. Listen, folks, thanks for the lively conversation. It's been almost an hour, and I have to get to work. This is Mrs. Wolfe from our half-acre homestead saying, be strong, be true to who you are, and don't let anybody change you. You are imperfectly perfect just as you are. And I love you. And if you think I can't love you just because I can't see you, my heart sees you. Take care. God bless.